Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit jaretgoestothemovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
Guys, Stockholm went south.
Seriously? I thought they were looking good.
What cracked?
I haven't seen the footage where it's just going around.
Well, that's never been a stable scenario. Everyone knows you can't trust Swedes.
That means there's just Japan. Japan and us.
Well, it's not the first time it's come down to that.
Japan has a perfect record.
We're number 2. We try harder.
The guys, if we fail, then...
Please, we haven't had a glitch since '98.
We know what we're doing, Lynn, but we have it written down somewhere.
You guys better not be messing around in there.
Ooh, does this mean you're not in the betting pool this year? Big money.
I am just saying it's a key scenario.
No, I hear what you're saying. In '98, it was the chem department's fault, right? Where do you work again? Wait, it's coming back to me now.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Jaret. This is a podcast that we like to call Jaret Goes to the Movies. Mostly because that's what we named it almost 100 episodes ago. And boy, have we've changed a lot. We've found our groove. We found our cast. We found lots of interesting people to bring in as supporters. Actually, they found us. They supported. Now we bring them in because Rich makes us. But hello, and thank you guys for joining us here this week. We're going to talk about The Cabin in the Woods. Definitely a movie I wouldn't have seen, I don't think, had it not been for this show. And I like those kind of movies. I do. I like it. With me, as always, is Rich.
What's up? It's Halloween weekend when you're listening to this.
Oh, that's right. So Casey and I will be on a cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
And actually on our way. We'll be going into New Orleans on the Warped Tour cruise.
Come along.
We're expecting you.
The Warped Cruise.
My wife Casey is here.
Hello.
And she has a new ottoman and a new iPad.
I've got all the stuff.
She has the devices over there.
You hear him over here to my left. If you're listening to this, that doesn't matter. The King of Sting, the Kiddie Corner Wil.
Hey.
Mosquito Boy.
And
not anymore.
We like to call him Angry Will. There he is today. But today he's in a feisty mood.
Yeah,
He's a little feisty today.
Super tired.
It's good to see you guys. I am too, man. I have not been able to get going this whole week, and I think it's just because every other night we've had something insane happening, and right now we're just watching Casey fumbling around with her microphone and her table and shit, and it literally is about to all go south. She's removed the bottle of champagne now. The cup is 100% going over. Oh, she saved it, guys.
I can't figure out.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. So that's terrific radio.
I feel like she could literally fall asleep there.
I might.
Well, that's a good thing.
She certainly does look comfortable.
Yeah, well, it's comfy over there.
When do I get my ottoman now?
If you want the ottoman, we can get it, but you would look silly with your feet up like that.
It would. Yeah.
Yeah,
No one could move around.
I gave you the tiny pillow. You're fine.
No, I'm good with the pillow.
But anyway, I've had one of those weeks. Now, you're tired, Will, because you're fostering another dog, and the dog doesn't like to sleep.
Yeah, it likes to wake up at 4 a.m.
And so if you haven't heard Will tell these tales of his dog fostering, they foster greyhounds, while the greyhound owners...
No, fosters. Parents.
Fosters their parents...
While the foster families go on vacation.
Got it. So if somebody actually owns it, so you wouldn't use this service.
No. It's not for people that own greyhounds. It's people that foster the greyhounds.
Right. Because
if they're going to foster the fucking dog, shouldn't they pay for the boarding of the dog? When they go out of town.
Not if there's people that are willing to.
They don't own the dogs.
Because when you foster a child, you don't give them back when you go on a vacation.
Well, you also don't kennel them.
Why?
What, children?
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
not?
shit, Casey.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
No, it's just we are registered fosters for the dogs. So when foster families go on vacation, we can take them.
Right. And what's
You
the
get to, or you
We
have
volunteer.
what's the farthest that a dog has had to travel to stay at your home?
From Garland.
Oh, okay. So they're local foster.
Yeah.
So are these dogs
They're not
just
shipped in
fostered
from-
everywhere?
Just there's an organization in Dallas,
Got it.
the Greyhound Adoption League of Texas,
Understood.
which is based in Dallas.
I thought they were refinishing old buses. I was totally fucking way off
No, yeah,
on that deal.
no, we don't have enough room for a bus.
So we passed a Greyhound bus the other day. Me and Jack were walking down the street. He just goes, "Oh, look, who do you think's on that tour bus right there?" And I just go, "Bunch of people that don't like to fly."
That's true.
Well, that's a nice thing you do for the fucking dogs.
He did a
And-
nice thing for me too. This was.
Oh yeah.
last
So
weekend.
what did I miss?
Well,
We
Will.
missed brunch.
Will and I went on a date. Tell him, Will.
Okay. Well, we did miss brunch, but
So
You're getting ahead of yourself.
oh, I'm sorry.
So I've been really thinking about this in my head for a really long time. I mean, I think we're friends, right, Rich? I feel like we're friends.
We're
right?
friends.
I'm gonna say that I've kind of been crushing on Rich a little bit.
Okay.
How could you
And
not?
So I just kept playing it out in my head.
Right.
I just, thinking about it too much in my head. And I just never could just muster up the nerve to
Jesus Christ.
fucking.
Now, did you guys write this bit together? It's fucking great so far. This is better than the time you pitched a movie for no reason.
No, it's a great story. I don't know where Will's going,
Okay.
but
So anyway,
So last Saturday,
right, the day before brunch.
I took Rich to a movie. We went and saw Blade Runner 2049,
Okay.
and it was amazing.
All right.
I
was
loved it. It was
not
It was probably the
terrible.
best movie I ever saw in my life.
Okay.
Ever?
So here's the point where in the bit you're supposed to actually start like.
this is not supposed to be a bit. Tell
Well,
them
that's
the
what I'm
story.
saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. At this point, maybe like start to say some fucking facts, so we don't lose all 12 people that are going to listen to this.
So what happened was I was going to take Simone to go see this movie, right? But it was homecoming night, like the dance, homecoming for my 16-year-old daughter. We were about to walk out the door to go see this movie, and Simone's like, "Let me put some wrinkle releaser on your dress, so it'll be easier to iron it out or something." I don't know. It was this little black dress that she's going to wear. So she sprays the dress with this spray bottle, and I guess it was filled with bleach water.
Oh boy!
On a black dress.
Yeah.
It was a black dress.
You should have brought it over here. I've got black hair dye fucking everywhere. It just works.
So
Really
it
fast.
literally looked like a red and black polka dotted dress.
Yeah.
And Simone she almost broke down. She looked like she murdered somebody's.
Oh man, that sucks.
So I was like,
And they were just about to go out to the
I mean,
movie.
Yeah, I bought the tickets.
You had already bought the tickets.
So I'm like, Simone, go out to the mall, do whatever you have to do. Just don't worry about it. I've been meaning to ask Rich out.
So anyway, he messaged me and said, "What are you doing today?" I'm like, "Oh shit, what are you about to ask me?"
Oh no!
Well, I say that about anybody. I mean, my own anybody.
So you're saying I'm not special?
Correct. You're just like everybody else.
Oh man.
So
Yeah, because the first thing you think of is like, oh shit.
what do you want me to do
He's
for you?
Moving a fucking couch
well, and I was
upstairs.
doing right.
Because that's Will asking
How
for
many
favors,
couches? That's true. That's what seemed odd. And I was in the middle of doing the edit. I wasn't even finished yet for Anchorman. So I was like, well, I'm doing the edit. He goes, well, I got an extra ticket for Blade Runner. Do you want to come watch it with me? And I was like, I wouldn't have gone and seen it on my own, but since he was asking, I was like, sure.
Would
why
you
the hell
not have? I mean, because now I'm being serious.
No.
Interesting.
He loved it, but I thought it was a movie for me that I would have enjoyed if I had no preconceptions about it whatsoever, and I was just laying down at night to go watch something and fall asleep in a few hours.
Right.
It would have been fine. I would have went, oh, that was a pretty good movie. You know, but sitting in a theater for 3 hours and I have stuff to do, it was a little long and drawn out and not very eventful.
And
it was beautiful though.
Right. but in comparison to the original,
Oh my god, it was so much better than the
Yeah,
original.
it was much better.
yeah.
I mean, this was a movie that was watchable. The other one was just not watchable.
And you like Ryan Gosling a lot.
Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
kills it
Yeah,
in
you
this
like
movie.
him. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been anywhere near the movie
No.
if
Yeah.
anyone else had been in it.
He was the
'cause
whole. He's the whole movie.
He's
Okay.
the whole movie, and he was perfectly cast.
And how
perfectly
and
cast.
Harrison Ford, just Harrison
He's
Ford.
just in the last third of the movie.
Yeah, he's not even that
Okay.
much. I knew he was perfectly cast even before I watched the movie because I've seen the movie Driver, and he kills it in that without saying a word.
Right.
And that's kind of what this movie was. He was the very stoic and just a lot of emoting just without speaking.
Was it made in a similar way to the other one, just like updated, or it's just like a completely different?
It has the same storytelling vibe in that it's drawn out. There's not a lot of talking. Weird music all the time.
Different director.
Yeah, it was so much better than the original.
Oh my gosh, the art direction was so amazing.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a night out. That's awesome. Were you guys surprised at what each of you got at the concession stand?
Well, he got nothing,
Okay.
and I hadn't eaten lunch, so I got a hot dog, popcorn, and a Coke even because their water wasn't
Do you
cold.
think it's weird when somebody doesn't get anything at the fucking concession?
No, because he
stand?
just ate. So
Yeah,
I
I just
get
ate
it.
him. I just ate a meal.
Still weird.
If I had just eaten,
Well,
I
it's
wouldn't
still
have-
weird, right? Like I just have to at least go up there and buy something. It's a thing from when I was a
You
kid.
feel obligated, yeah.
It's
the experience,
it
right?
just used to be that was part of it. You know, my dad walking, because we would go and watch movies, and just my dad being willing to fork over that amount of money for some fucking Butterfingers bites.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I always got M&Ms. My brother always got Milk Duds. My dad always got cherry sours or Juju fruits. and that, yeah, I mean, we didn't get. I don't really think that we got sodas. I don't know what we would have drank.
I hadn't had a Coke in like a year.
Yeah, you've been off that for.
Yeah.
I mean, since before.
But
no,
their
longer
water
than that,
was
right?
hot. Like the door was open and it wasn't.
Right.
They weren't cold at all.
Yeah.
So I just
Well,
like,
it's
fuck it. It was weird. Too.
Great willpower, Will, by you. And I think Casey would approve of that concession order by you. She likes
Yeah.
the hot dogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like popcorn.
I
but
like
would've got
being
some-
hungry
I
when
would
I
have
go
got
to the
some
movies,
Sour
so I get a hot
Patch
dog.
Kids. If I were you.
Well, Raisinets is my thing. I like Raisinets.
Well, you're wrong.
Movies used to have badass nachos, like back in the day. Just like it was just
And you know
different.
what pisses me off? The fucking pickle in the bag. I
Oh,
want the
because they
pickle
don't
in the
get it
big
out of the
fuck-off
fuck
jar.
jar. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, at the same time, those keep much longer. You don't have to worry about like one sinking to the bottom all the time and never getting picked out.
Shit
Fuck
falling
it.
in the jar.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. But I mean, I do understand too because you're my wife and I love you so much. But just the thought of, and I'm anxious about it right now, you opening that pickle in the bag with all that juice in there. I'm like, there's no way this is going good.
I did fine.
You did great, but you have to admit you were as worried about it as I was.
Well,
And-
usually they like drain the pickle bag, which sounds disgusting.
so she's got this pickle, and the thing is just full of juice, and I'm
Take
just
the
like,
giant pickle out. It
there's-
goes only like half juice.
I'm like-
and then you just shove your napkin in there, and it just absorbs
and
it all.
I
It's disgusting.
fucking hate pickles. Like
I love them
hate
so much.
I love pickles.
But
Pickle
all
Rick.
I'm thinking is that juice is gonna be on me, and then I'm gonna have to sit here for 2 fucking hours and watch this movie and like act like it doesn't bug me that I smell like this. And there's just no way I'm gonna be able to pull that off. But she did a fantastic job at
Good job, Case.
at opening the
good
pickle.
job.
All right,
Well,
so
they came out of the fucking giant jar, and they just put it in a little cup with a napkin,
right,
like the
and
good old days.
They
There
can put
wouldn't
it in
be
the
an
hot
issue.
dog paper, right? Like you just put it in the same thing as the
Yep.
hot dog. Yeah. All right.
All right. So weekend not over.
Nope.
We had a brunch scheduled for Sunday.
That's how well the date went. He asked me out for brunch.
That's right. And you guys were invited. You guys bailed. I gave you a 10, 15% chance, and you came through.
Came through because we didn't come.
Right, yeah, because I didn't think you would.
Well, we had kids.
I wasn't blaming. I wasn't saying you're lame because of it. I just knew you have stuff going on.
Can I tell you what we did real quick? Because you're going to be proud of me.
Uh-huh.
We went to Trades Day.
And didn't buy a dog.
I didn't get a fucking dog.
Not even one.
No. And guess what I did?
you talk to dogs?
Oh, fuck yeah. I was fucking
pet
talking
them
to
all.
all these dogs.
We love them
I'm
so
petting
much.
all the fucking dogs. Anyway, I'm petting all these dogs and shit. But as soon as I would, like, the dog would, like, make eye contact or whatever, I'd be like, okay, I'm out. And I would, like, go stand in the middle of the aisle So then, in no way could I fucking get attached to it until this
Well,
one.
the key was no mimosa.
This fucking sheepdog / poodle was the fucking best looking. It's like, man, it was a good looking fucking dog, Rich. It was so cute. And it was so soft. And it just, oh man, it loved me. But I got the fuck out of there.
All right. Well, we met Will and Simone.
Yeah.
I met Will and Simone, John the bass player and his wife Heather, and then Nine Toe Karate Courtney and her new beau Jason at
Jason?
Rye and McKinney.
Right.
Okay.
So we had a nice little brunch. It was good food, right?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah,
it was very good.
Our waitress was kind of busting our balls.
Yeah, she may have had a bad evening the night before.
Can I tell you something, though,
Sure.
about brunch and us not coming?
Sure.
That's late for a brunch for us.
We tried to schedule it earlier. They
Yeah.
didn't have any reservations.
It's just because it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Again, Emma wanted to be.
I didn't want to do it that late either.
Emma wanted to go to a lunch with friends.
So there's our babysitter.
So that's the babysitter's done. So then
Right.
it's like, well, do we take Jack and everything? Well, we can't wait till fucking 1
and it was
o'clock.
one
to
that's
feed
like
them.
that's nap time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen Everett about
Yeah.
between 12 and
Yeah.
1.
So anyway, this is the God's honest
He's like
truth.
one of the things in one of the cubes in the.
We weren't hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't. We were up and we were gonna go until about 11 o'clock, right? And then Emma was like, "Dad, can I go have lunch with friends?" And then this whole thing snowballed.
Yeah.
If brunch 11,
Yeah.
11:30, but that's just late. For
Yeah, it turns out I'm glad we didn't do it that early. We had brunch. We had a few beers. Will and Simone played grown up and went home. The rest of us went to
I
the
saw
next
you
bar.
double brunched.
Yeah, we went to the next bar across the street.
The double brunch is the fucking best kind of brunch.
We brunched to happy
I
hour.
love the brunch.
Double brunch.
We grabbed the trivia.
Yeah.
They had games there. We grabbed the trivia.
I go to brunch.
We're
I go to
sitting-
brunch. I have a few drinks and then I get some lunch.
That should be a Jaret song.
I give my I have to give my friend Ben credit for that one. That's a Ben special. Go ahead.
All right, so we played trivia, had some more drinks. We started at 12:15, so maybe 1 or 2-ish is when my memory stopped.
Right.
You got like wait, 1 or 2.
The next thing I remember, I'll just say it. I'll go through my memory, and then I'll go backtrack. So my memory is we went to this new place, did some trivia.
Okay.
The Russian appeared magically next to me.
Okay.
And I'm thinking in my head, because she literally just appeared next to me. I'm thinking in my head, you're supposed to be driving from Nashville right now. How are you even here? Because she left from Nashville. It's a 9-hour drive that morning.
And why am I connected to this machinery in this hospital?
And then the very next thing I remember is waking up in my bed.
Yeah.
So I call the Russian and she fills me in. Basically, we were there until 7:30
Okay.
at night.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that happens.
Heather
though.
fell asleep at the table.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
And when I say fell asleep, I mean she passed out.
Did they kick y'all out? That's usually a bad sign.
John, no, they didn't kick us out. They gave us a bunch of shots. Apparently, I ordered shots. Someone else ordered shots. There was a lot of shots. I don't even like shots. I don't ever order shots. This is craziness. So John and I on the street are karate fighting. We're karate fighting, like pretend for fun. We're karate fighting. He tries to kick me, falls down, breaks his wrist.
Oh,
No.
He now has a cast from his elbow to his fingertip.
That's
People and everywhere he goes, people go, "Oh no, what happened?"
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why he didn't text me back.
That's why.
Yeah.
So
Fucking wicked
So
hard to
luckily the
fucking
Russian
text.
was there to drive me home because Jesus Christ,
Right?
I was like, forget about it. And then I guess because she had a nap for like an hour and a half,
She slept it off?
Yeah, she drove them home, but they lost their car. She lost her phone. It was a fucking disaster.
So I made the correct choice.
Yes. It was a disaster, and I'm going to be drying out for a while.
Can I just say this? And I think that I speak for both Casey and I when I say this.
Yeah.
We're fucking proud of you, Rich. And I for one, did not have any idea that you had it in you. That sounds like a goddamn good fucking day.
I honestly feel like you guys should just be like really glad that we weren't there.
100%.
God knows what could have happened.
And here's the thing.
We'd have dogs also.
Everybody would have dogs.
You would either have dogs or we'd all have something broke. Because if I'm drunk and there's a fucking karate fight, somebody's getting tackled. It's happening. And it's all done with love, but we're fucking wrestling. It's happening.
Yeah.
So, dude, that sounds like a great fucking day.
Yes. Yeah. Not for John because
No.
he was in the ER at midnight.
John. John is.
He got surgery today. It went well.
Oh, jeez.
John, the not so much bass player.
He didn't even mention that when he texted me back.
Yeah, I know. He can only play with one string on his bass right now.
Well, that sounds like a good fucking night, dude. Yeah. Good day, good night. Well, welcome again, everybody, to Jaret Goes to the Movies. If this is your first show to ever listen to, we do like to catch up from time to time over the first part of the show, and I am so glad that we did that today. We are a podcast that is funded by our supporters on Patreon. This is a Tim Toole and Matt Cordosi production because they give us the most money each month. We have a new supporter named Sam Parker. He put $5 in a month. That means he gets unlimited access to all the archives, which is over 100 hours of bonus content each and every time that he wants to listen to that shit. And we keep putting it up there all the time. Our executive producers are also Patreon supporters. They do include, but are not limited to. Actually, scratch that. Rich is nodding. It is actually limited to this list until more people sign up.
That's right.
Tim Toole, Matt Cordosi are our corporate VPs. Dave Murray, who you will hear from later on in the program. Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, Rodon James, Eddie Weiss, Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, Tyler McCullough, Mark Ryan, Sweehurst, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Les Zaldor-Zalewski, Katie Morgan, Jared Spear, who you will also hear from later on in the program, Mike Breton, Shawnee Griffiths, Chris Jacobs, and Daniel Cotton. Thank you guys for being supporters of our show. If you'd like to hear your name each and every week, you can just go to our Patreon page and support us. You also can be on our monthly live Skypes and much, much more. And we couldn't do it without you guys. This week, we're talking about the movie The Cabin in the Woods. It came out in 2012. 5 friends go for a break at a remote cabin where they get more than they bargained for, discovering the truth behind The Cabin in the Woods. This is written by Josh Whedon. This movie stars Chris Hemsworth as Kurt.
Yeah, it does.
Now, we... You know, the thing about him is that dude is just like
I do know the thing about him.
Right? He's like a smaller.
The thing is symmetry.
No, she says symmetrical. Yeah, he's like a smaller. What's that wrestler that's in all the shit?
He's not smaller anymore.
No.
Wait till the next movie.
No.
He's like John Cena.
Yeah, he's like a small John Cena. Like even just the way he talks, it's very John Cena-y.
He's from Australia, mate.
No shit.
Yeah.
Now, wait, this isn't the guy that was in that show, right? This isn't the same guy that was in. It's not the Sons of Anarchy guy, is it?
No.
Okay.
God, no.
Because that guy was supposed to be cast to do one of these roles at some point. Oh, no. Maybe he was going to be in that fucking movie where they have a little sex.
Is Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. We were talking about that.
His brother's in the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you want the alternate synopsis? I should put that in there. I'll start putting it in there.
It would help me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep the show going.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
All right. So I don't know. So I had to get a new soundboard because my iPad updated. So I'm going to guess where this is, and we're just going to assume that this is the theme song, and no matter what plays. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Let's check the Facebook page.
Pretty close. Cabin in the Woods. 5 friends that included the virgin who wasn't a virgin, the jock who was actually smart, the nerd who was actually a jock, the fool who wasn't really that foolish, and the whore who wasn't well, actually, no, she definitely puts out. Anyway, they discover that a cabin in the woods is really a jigsaw puzzle on top of a Vegas-style Eye of Mordor run by Elon Musk.
Who's Elon Musk?
He's the guy that does all the sciencey stuff.
Got it.
He owns Tesla and
SpaceX.
SpaceX.
No shit. He owns Tesla?
And SpaceX.
Like, so he probably loves the song Modern Day Cowboy. The love song.
That's true.
Love is all
Is he the one that
you.
founded PayPal? Was that him?
Oh, yes. He's a co-founder of PayPal.
That's insane. So I feel like these next two actors I've got to mention together and then separate. But when this movie opened and it's Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins together in this scene and they're walking down the hall and just their interaction,
Blasé.
I was like, this is the fucking best casting of maybe ever.
Right.
They're just their bounce back, and the characters they were playing were kind of not necessarily. I mean, Bradley Whitford probably more than Richard Jenkins being someone that he would normally play, but Richard Jenkins just being that sort of nonchalant, like, hey, whatever, fucking firing up the grill this weekend, whatever kind of guy. Now, Richard Jenkins, you guys will remember him from many, many movies, but most recently, as far as like in the memory of most moviegoers, he's the dad on Step Brothers. And then Bradley Whitford is the guy on Billy Madison who is going to get the hotels if Billy doesn't complete his school. And he was also in West Wing. He was great. I did watch like the first couple of seasons of West Wing, and he was great in that.
He's sort of playing that same character in this movie.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I thought it was interesting though. They sort of made it. I mean, he looks older, and obviously I realize that he's older, but he looks kind of tired, and like it was just an interesting thing. He wasn't quite as put together as he normally is. But I just thought that their interaction from the start of the movie was just so perfect.
They definitely made the movie for me.
For sure.
Did you like it when they're bantering and all of a sudden the title comes up?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, because what I thought, okay, well, we're not going to see them anymore. You know what I mean? Like something will happen and they'll explain all this. This is just sort of some lead.
It's like a cameo.
Now, going back and listening to this first clip that we listened to, so much more makes sense now with the thing that Stockholm. So to recap, we listened to coming into the show. We listened to Stockholm. It didn't happen there. Well, you can't trust the Swedes. Well, it's down to us in Japan. Well, this has happened before. They always come through.
Right.
We're
They're number
second
one,
place.
number two.
Yeah, totally. And so all of that, was kind of like, okay, what is this that's happening here?
When they first did this, I read somewhere that they wanted the people in the theater to think they went to the wrong movie.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you felt like you were watching the wrong movie.
Well, no.
I kind of did when it first started. Like, I was like, this doesn't seem very...
The reason I didn't, and so here's one of the things that I think I need to stop doing. I read the synopsis on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, don't ever do that.
And so it's like, in this thriller, sci-fi picture, like, what's happening is the normal scary movie, or is it kind of thing? And so I was like, oh, okay, so... I knew instantly, okay, they've got something to do with this, but, obviously not to the extent that it would turn out towards the end. But I was definitely intrigued. I was happy that those two were in the movie the whole time.
Do you do that because of your anxiety? Like, it soothes when you're watching?
So that I'm not as surprised?
Yeah.
Maybe. I will say that I fight the reading the last couple of pages of books when I read a book.
Really?
But it's not a battle I can always win.
You go read the last...
Sometimes I have to.
Oh, wow.
And
I would never even
Google
think to
endings
do
and
it.
shit, like movies while I'm watching them. I don't care.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
What's the point?
that's true. Yeah, she does do that.
Like, I'll ask people, I'm like, what happens? They're like, well, I'm not going to tell you. You need to watch it. I'm like, fucking tell me now.
Yeah, and she will do the thing. Do you want to know what happens or not? And I'm like, no, I might. I don't know. There's a possibility I do. Can you sort of tell me, and then I'll, but
But no spoilers with Game of Thrones ever.
I've gotten a lot better about it. And this is it's interesting that you would ask me that, because this is interesting. That's an interesting study into like that I probably had anxiety issues my whole life. I just dealt with them differently. And, you know, in youth, you just like, fuck it, I'm just nervous about some shit today, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, when you like sort of like look back, like on Choose Your Own Adventure books, do you remember those? I would go pick the ending that I wanted and work my way backwards and then just memorize that. And then that was the story that I read on that book.
Well, that
You know?
defeats the whole purpose for sure.
That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. I'm serious. I start at the back of a maze. Like if I'm doing a maze on,
I do that too.
I
but
start.
it's still
I
the
go
same
backwards.
fucking thing.
I go back. It's not to me though, because I know I'm going to end up there. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, maybe. But but I fucking tried not to because this one, I definitely didn't think this is what this was going to be.
Well, yeah,
at all.
and you guys definitely, I mean, you didn't give anything away,
we
but you
teased a
implied
little.
that there was like some shit that was going to be
Well,
a twist kind
we
of.
had to convince you that
Yeah.
it wasn't a horror movie,
Well,
so you
I'll
would
get
watch
back
it,
to that
right?
later.
Yeah, I mean.
There was some jumping out stuff.
You may have given her a little bit more of a heads up. We'll talk about that as we go on a few things. But I'm
Still
okay
mad.
with. I'm all right with.
It sounds like you liked it.
I did. I liked it a lot. I would have liked
hate horror movies,
This is
and
one
this
that
was
I would
great.
have liked a lot more if I weren't watching it with Casey because I was worried the whole time about like, is she gonna fucking make it through this? Because like there were times where she's like, man, I don't know about this, and it's more of just like,
I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta go.
It's more like less of the jumping out and more of just the
Gore,
you know,
I think.
just the gore.
And
Like,
you know
just
what?
drug-
That used to not bother me. Like
Yeah.
my favorite all-time movie scene back in the day was like the freaking helicopter decapitation scene in like one of the 28 Weeks Later. But
And like your favorite band is that Slipknot shit, where they're just I mean, but
they just
you know
wear masks
that's
and beat on trash cans and shit.
yeah, I know, but they have the gory looking mask,
That's
and it's
not it. It's-
scary.
it's-
No, that's
and
Skinny
weird.
Puppy. It's just something
No,
different.
I don't know. I don't think I realized how much I'm just very like until now.
Yeah, and because see, that's
The jumpy
kind of the
shit,
stuff.
I don't like.
I love the gore in this movie. The choices they made on like how they were going to kill people and all that was fucking brilliant. It was the bear trap on the chain is sincerely one of my favorite things I've ever seen people get fucking drug around by. It was so awesome, and just the fact that he could pull people up from shit and round shit, just drag them behind some shit. Like it was awesome. I loved it.
I think I just wasn't expecting it to be so bloody. I don't know. Like I said, this shit doesn't usually bother me. It fucking not a horror movie, but like Inglourious Bastards, one of my favorite movies. Gory as shit, like awful.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for some reason, this one I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, everything was a bit predictable for me, just because like that. I thought it was interesting how they gave away the bird flying into the wall or whatever into the wall, and so I'm just like, oh. You know, and then
Yeah, he goes, "You ready for some sci-fi shit?" I'm like, so I'm thinking it's sci-fi,
and
not like
I really did sort of think that the gas station scene was a little bit like, okay, I don't know this, but I was surprised by a few things. I definitely knew that there was like the elevator thing when they found obviously I realize I'm getting way ahead of myself, but I know, but I'm just trying to tell you like how my brain wrapped its head around the movie, and then I won't be super specific, but I knew there was going to be some sort of portal somewhere, you know, but I had no idea how the fuck it was going to end. Like, the ending was awesome.
Right.
Just awesome.
It made everything totally worth it for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He just transferred from state. Best hands on the team. He's a sweet guy.
And he's good with his hand.
Hey, I'm kind of seeing this girl, but you're way blonder than she is. But I was thinking, you know, maybe... What is this? What are these? What are you doing with these?
Okay, I get it. I'll leave the
No.
books.
Who gave you these? Who taught you about these?
Learned it from you, okay? I learned it from watching you!
Okay, seriously, Professor Bennett, he covers his whole book and his lectures. You should read this. Gorofsky. Now, this is way more interesting.
We lost stereo.
Also, Bennett doesn't know it by heart, so he'll think you're insightful. And you have no pants.
I really liked them as a couple. Like, and I kind of expected, you know, usually that couple in a stereotypical horror movie, it's really superficial and it doesn't really make any sense. But like, I don't know. I thought they were like funny and cute. Like, you know,
you just like Chris Hemsworth. I mean, he was so charming in that. Scene when he was doing that joke.
Girl,
oh my god!
The fact that she like followed up with, like that's funny. It wasn't just like some ditzy comment to it or like you're an idiot or
that joke was fucking awesome. That's like me and Casey. That's us, right there. Like, and the thing is, we would do that bit if anybody was in the room or not,
right?
And 100% follow through with it. Like that's a
you always commit to the.
You got to commit to the bit.
So I have a serious question.
Okay,
if you are kids in college, do you go out of your way this much to go drink somewhere? Like, okay, when I was in high school, we would go anywhere we possibly could with other people to go sit and drink somewhere. But in college, it was like, we can drink right here. Why do we need to go somewhere?
Like my cousin has a lake house, so there you got water.
Right. So
That's
I think it's because they're in college. See, in high school, you fucking find somebody's apartment that will let you, or a band's practice place or whatever, and you go and you fucking drink. Here they're like, hey, it's a weekend getaway. Trip, he even says it to her when he's trying to bang her in the woods. He goes, this is the whole reason we're here. You know what I mean?
So you guys I was the exact opposite. We would drive 30 minutes to go to a field that we could go drink in in private when I was in high school. In college, we didn't go anywhere. We just drank where we were.
Just doing getaways. I mean, we do it as adults, though. Think about it. Just seriously. Like, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like, in Bowling for Soup, like, we can all get together and drink anytime. But, like, how fun would it be if we all went to a cabin and went fishing and shit? You know what I mean? So I think this is more...
change of scenery drinking is always a good bonding
This is more about that. The one guy just got there... the other guy doesn't do anything but smoke pot, right? And then the girl just got broke up with by her teacher, who apparently it doesn't count that she's fucked him.
And we can also probably assume that the powers that be in the basement
selected them.
We're pushing in certain ways to.
Well, yeah, because the
guy was on the roof,
but at the very end of the movie, they go, "I don't even think he had a cousin."
Right.
So the guy's like, my cousin's got this lake house, and he totally believes it.
Well, right? In fact, it has to be that way, and here's why. Because it has to be... Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be the five of them? Because it's got to be a virgin. It's got to be this and this. Why is it different in Japan? Why is it schoolgirl?
They all have their own traditions.
Yeah, their own traditions and rituals.
Yep. Interesting. So this is always the fool and the jock and the
Americanized horror movie.
Yeah. So I assume that they put a lot of planning into selecting these people.
Right.
That they're the ones that are going to go out there.
Get them together.
Yeah. So I'll go for that.
Yeah. So it's the thing that sucks the most is the new kid got the fucking unlucky, he could have moved anywhere else. It'd have been fine.
Right.
But he moves there and he just becomes the fucking athlete or whatever he is.
Well,
what's his role?
Everybody dies. I don't think it really matters.
No,
he's the jock.
No, he's not the jock.
Oh, he's the brains.
Yeah, he's the brains.
He's the brains, right?
Even though he's not, he's the jock. Yeah.
Anybody else got? I've got the brains. You've got the brawn. Let's make lots of money in your head.
Nope.
Pet Shop Boys.
Just me. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, but good question. I mean, and also like, here's the other thing. I think I'd probably see that cabin.
And go, we picked wrong place. Let's find some other place.
We got this RV. Let's just go park this at a rest stop.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we could shower together or some shit.
Gotta be another dock at the lake.
Gotta be.
Put it right there.
But that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Why do you need an RV if you're just driving to a cabin?
I don't know.
That was an interesting thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, just because that is like, why wouldn't you meet there? Like everybody take the.
Yeah.
It is interesting though. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, that their GPS wasn't working, and so I was like, oh, fucking how convenient or whatever. Because again, we say this all the time. You can't make certain movies anymore because of cell phones. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm sitting here thinking through the whole thing, well, obviously they jammed their.
They controlled the entire scenario.
Yeah,
they have force fields.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, they make fucking smoke come out of the ground during sensuous fucking sex scenes on the ground.
The force field was impressive.
They controlled the moonlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pheromone gas was really funny to me.
Yeah.
Like if that they really released them, like everybody would just be like, "Ah!" Like crazy animals. Like,
Well, and we should actually backtrack and talk about though the fact that it's important that her hair was colored.
Yeah, that's where the chemicals that got into her brain.
Yeah, so that's how they made her horny.
Yeah, made her what they wanted her to be.
Yeah.
The whore.
Yep.
Wasn't hard. They probably had
hopefully it was
peroxide in there. That's all it needed.
How about we switch? Not that I'd put the picture back, but you might feel better if we switched rooms.
I really would. Thanks for being decent.
Oh, it's the least I could do. Since Kurt and Jewel sold you to me for marriage.
They're not subtle.
Well, I'll just be flattered and keep it to myself.
So, there are two kinds of dudes. Right?
Yeah.
So there's I think this is it. I mean, it's arguable that there's a third one, but let me take first of all the two kinds of dudes.
There's Harvey Weinstein.
No, there's the guy who would watch this and be like, Jesus Christ, like I'm not gonna fucking tell anybody. That's not me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could never do that. Like I could never see myself looking at somebody that didn't know that I was looking at them. That's fucking creepy. You know? Or there's the guy who would go, Jesus Christ, and go get the other guy and go, holy shit!
Those
There's
are the only
fucking
two kinds of guys?
Well, or is there the third guy that would walk? Wait, what do you mean? Did I do already two?
I think there's a lot of kind of guys that. There's the guy that would just sit there and masturbate at the window.
Okay, I wouldn't do that. I would fucking 100% go, whoa. Okay, so that's guy
I
number
probably would
one.
have been exactly like this guy.
Yeah,
Went,
that's-
yes. Jesus Christ.
That's guy number one. Then
my
the other
conscience is
guy
kicking
goes
in.
and gets his friend. What's the third guy? The guy that just watches it and it's just super creepy?
Yeah, super creepy.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's a fourth guy that like kills her afterwards.
Yeah.
I just watched Mindhunters. Have you seen that?
Oh.
No, but I think we're gonna.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's about serial killers. How do you guys not watch this shit?
So the two-way mirror has to have something to do with one of the fucking guys. No, I'm gonna get back to that. I'm just saying that like it's just because I fucking go off on a tangent doesn't mean that I'm done talking about the other thing. But I'm just saying that like that there's no fucking way that two-way mirror isn't one of the things.
Yeah, it serves some purpose.
It's got to be. So what were we gonna say? What's the show?
Mindhunters.
Yeah, you watched it?
Oh, it's good. I'm
It's
still
really-
watching it.
I finished it in 3 days.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start that maybe tonight since we're gonna.
It's only like what 10 episodes.
10 episodes, yeah.
So we're gonna check it out for sure. Chris Burney was telling me about it yesterday.
There's another one called Manhunt Unabomber, which is also great. Yeah.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, both of those are great on Netflix.
Cool. We will check that out.
I'm currently watching Voltron, Legendary Defender. on
Jesus
Netflix.
Christ. Hey, so
Sorry.
so you talked about it a little bit earlier, but when the eagle hit,
Yeah.
what was your thought, and did you remember that was there?
Yes.
Okay,
so
later
I
on.
knew just
Had
because.
you seen this?
No. I hadn't seen it, but I knew that it was a sci-fi thing because I read the synopsis. So right when that thing hit there, and then they're going through the tunnel, I'm like, well, there's a fucking wall there. Like that makes total sense.
Okay.
So and then the road just ends at the cabin. You know what I mean? There's like nowhere else they could go. So it just made
Right.
sense that this is sectioned off
Yeah, you knew they weren't leaving.
thing.
Yeah.
I did know that they weren't like immediately when they fucking got in the car. I'm just like, there's no way this is going well at all. You know.
Mordecai, baby, what's happening? How's the weather up top?
The lambs have passed through the gate. They are come to the killing floor.
Well, you're doing a great job out there. By the numbers, man. You got to start it off just right. So we'll talk to you later, okay?
Their blind eyes see nothing of the horrors to come. Their ears are stopped. They are the gods' fools.
Well, that's how it works.
Cleanse them. Cleanse the world of their ignorance and sin. Bathe them in the crimson of... Am I on speakerphone?
Absolutely not. Speakerphone, no, I wouldn't do that.
Yes, I am. I can hear the echo.
Oh my God, you're right. Hang on 1 second, I'll take you off.
That's rude. I don't know who's in the room.
So I thought that part of the brilliance of this, obviously, this whole movie was just the comedic stuff. And obviously, I think a lot of scary movies try to do that, kind of keep you, you kind of explore the whole thing. This movie did it really, really well as far as just the comedy.
Well, this is just the brilliance of Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
this is how he
good at
is.
that, yeah.
I mean, just the guy like breaking character. Like, am I on speak? Because he's like trying to do his shit, and they just like, this is rude. And he catches them again, just like, I'm still on speakerphone, aren't I? And they just die laughing. It's so funny. And just the fact that they go through this, every single year.
Right.
It's,
I assume it's every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's once a year. So that's pretty much the whole thing is that there's got to be they got to go clean all the shit up and, reset everything and all of that. So, it's apparently this family wins the lottery a lot. Apparently that diary is placed very, very well, in there, and we're, I don't know. I couldn't figure out I realize we're not in the basement yet, but it's fucking driving me crazy what that little ball thing is. But,
it's the guy with the
saw
blades.
No, I know that it's him, but I wonder what he did.
Oh.
He's just
he throws saws at you.
Yeah, it's just a weird little puzzle.
He's like some weird demon
He's
murder thing.
he's Hellraiser. That's who he is.
Yeah, it's like
It's a
Hellraiser.
copy off of Pinhead or whatever his name is.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, with the puzzle box and everything.
Do you guys swim in lakes?
No.
Yeah.
Do you?
Nope.
Yeah.
Only if I'm drunk, which is the worst time to swim in a lake.
I will only swim
And then
in
I will
a
do fucking backflips.
pool
Yes.
or the ocean.
No, I will only swim in a pool.
Really?
Not the ocean because of sharks.
Never a lake and never a river.
Definitely never a
Lakes
lake.
are fun as shit, and ocean is fun.
Man, lakes have those things that they go in your penis and eat your brain.
Yeah, if you pee in there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You can't pee in the lake.
They're just nasty.
Yeah.
You can't see what's underneath. You don't know what's down there. There could be water moccasins. Could be an alligator.
Definitely.
You don't know.
Yeah,
could
but
be
it's
piranha.
it's a body of water.
The reason why I'll do
what's different than
ocean and not lakes and rivers is because there's sand. It's firm. When you go into a lake and river, it's mucky mud.
Gross.
Yeah, or rocks or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'll jump into a fucking lake.
Just doesn't seem wise.
Yeah.
Pass.
People used to fucking say it to me all the time. Go jump in the lake.
I mean, there could be like a sharp something too that you
definitely
can't
happens
see.
a lot.
You just can't
But
see
I mean,
it.
that can, but
and then your foot gets
happen in
infected
life.
and have to take your leg off.
But I can
It's
see
like
it
that.
above
It's like
ground.
that in life, though, man. You can just walking across the fucking garage, you could get bit by a snake.
I don't know, freaking alligator gar. Those things are scary looking.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with lakes.
All right.
Does the director? Do they know about this downstairs?
The director doesn't care about this stuff. As long as everything goes smoothly upstairs, as long as the kids do as they're told.
But then it's fixed.
No.
How can you wager on this when you control the outcome?
Oh, we just get them in the cellar. They take it from there.
No, they have to make the choice of their own free will. Otherwise, the system doesn't work. It's like the Harbinger. It's this creepy old fuck. Practically wears a sign, "You will die." Why do we put him there? The system. They have to choose to ignore him, and they have to choose what happens in the cellar. Yeah, we rig the game as much as we need to, but in the end, they don't transgress.
They can't be punished.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very important scene that hearing it the second time, it's a completely different, set of lines, right?
Yeah.
It's just.
This is a really good second watch movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could see myself watching it now and like what I would look for.
Right.
And definitely it's, just watching their reactions to things as they happen and all of that like you do. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting that there is a little bit of free will there, like in that, we're going to get you
they're
down
saying
there.
through free will, but then they're going, "Oh, he's not doing what we want. Now we're gonna do something to make him do what we want."
And obviously it's super obvious in one scene that's coming up.
Yeah.
But, I thought the same thing. Unless but I mean, they're just saying they have to choose to ignore the one guy, go to the cabin, and then they have to choose the thing in the basement.
So maybe whatever happens after that is not free
They're
will. They're just
basically-
gonna murder you now.
You're already dead.
Yeah. By the way, the Kim department girl was also in the Joss Whedon show called Dollhouse.
She's in a lot
She
of
was
Joss Whedon.
not in the Dark Tower movie that was horrible.
Interesting. So, what did you think about the wagering thing? I mean,
yeah, the betting was hilarious.
Yeah, I did. I thought so too.
That intern guy he was a character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And this is where you first hear about the merman, but it's real subtle.
Right, exactly.
And you kind of don't catch it. And I actually thought he was talking about Aquaman for a while.
Totally caught it right off because I was thinking to myself, like, why would a merman? Because like you think about a merman being in the ocean, you know, it's like he hangs out with the fucking Little Mermaid and shit, you know. Like I mean, I just thought
there was a lake.
There. Yeah, I guess it would come.
I know,
from the
but
lake.
you wouldn't have a fucking. I mean, mermaids are in the ocean, right?
Like the thing from the Black Lagoon. Was that a merman?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The answer.
I think a merman is just something in the
myrrh.
Myrrh.
What's the myrrh?
Isn't
that something they brought Jesus? Frankincense and myrrh.
Holy shit! I think you're right, Jared.
Yeah. Right.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I fucking know shit. All right, we'll call Dave Murray first. Our original supporter.
The OG.
What's up, Dave Murray?
Not much. How are you, Jaret?
I'm freaking great. All right, David, before we go any further, let me get Jared Spear on the phone.
Okay.
That is who you will be facing tonight. Hello, Jared.
Hey, guys. What's up?
How are you, man?
Doing all right. Fighting a cold right now.
Uh-oh. Say hello to Dave Murray over there.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's going on, Jared?
You never know. Guys, were you guys able to watch the movie The Cabin in the Woods?
I think I saw it when it came out, but I couldn't find it to watch it again this time. I thought I had it, but apparently I don't. And it wasn't on Netflix anymore.
You're coming in at a disadvantage. Dave Murray, were you able to watch the movie?
I did. Watched it last night.
Okay.
Loved it.
Well, we'll try to keep them as general as we can, Jared. But as you know, this is one of the toughest game shows on the planet. So Dave Murray and Jared Spear here, duking it out on a game that we like to call 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions and the high score is 7. Okay, guys, who's writing it down for me this week and who is just going to blurt your answer? Okay, Dave Murray is writing it down, and so I will be calling on you first, Jared Spear. You're at a disadvantage. I can't allow you to cheat only because you look like you haven't showered in about 4 days. And
that's just his look.
No, I love the look, actually, man. I will say this. You guys are 2 of my favorites to talk to. It's these 2. You know who else is awesome? That Wayne Bullard guy. That dude just like right when he's on the screen, he just lights it up, you know? It just doesn't give 2 shits about anything. All right, guys. Well, we're going to talk about the movie The Cabin in the Woods. Okay, and here we go. Question number 1. In reality, true or false? There's no fucking way that RV would have been close to empty at that point in the journey so that they needed to stop for gas at that little shitty gas station. That's right. True or false? There's no way, absolutely no way, they would have needed gas by that point in the trip because they would have stopped somewhere else. Got a fucking pizza pocket, some peanuts. You guys ever have those Japanese style peanuts before?
Yes.
They put some. Do you like those?
Wasabi ones.
Holy shit, those things are so good.
So good.
You know where I had them for the first time? Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Japanese peanuts in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I also had hibachi while it was there. What the fuck is going on with the world?
Mexico's known for its hibachi.
Okay, here we go. So we'll go to Jared Spear first. True or false? There's no way they would have needed gas by that point in the trip.
I don't really remember the movie because, again, it has been a while since I've seen it. But just knowing horror movies like I do, I'm going to go with true because nothing that should happen ever happens in these movies.
Very good point. And we actually learn a lot about that in this movie and why sometimes people make the decisions they make.
That's right.
All right, we'll go to Dave Murray next.
I went the other way. I said false.
Interesting.
They had a 3-foot coffee mug bong. They're lucky they got anywhere with any gas.
Interesting. And it was a borrowed RV. You know what? I was actually the answer to the question though is actually true, and here's why. Because they would have needed to, because of the bong, they would have needed shit to munch on sooner, and they would have had to have stopped at a regular convenience store. So.
Well, because the whole thing is rigged against them, they fixed it, so they had to stop.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. But I said in reality.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But they would have gotten snacks, but would they have remembered to have gotten gas when they stopped the first time?
Great fucking argument. You guys both got it right. It is both true and false. Just to show you that we are the only game show where if you argue a valid point, fuck it, we just give it to you. All right, question number 2.
Got 5 points with 0 rights. So,
what's that?
I mean,
well, his name does come at the beginning of the show, Jaret. It's like, and again, we hadn't seen Matt in 4 fucking weeks. A spot could open up anytime. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Is it gratuitous panty scene?
Yeah.
At the on the second scene of this movie was wonderful. True or false? The gratuitous panty scene in the second scene in this motion picture was wonderful. Jaret Spear.
I got to go with true.
He's going with true on that. Dave Murray.
I concur.
That is true. Yes, it was. It was absolutely true. It was. There was a lot of shapes happening.
I'm going to tell you,
those things.
It didn't bother me
at all. Right?
It did not bother.
Yeah, and it actually, were you pissed at the guy for telling her? You know, like puts the pants on.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. All right, I see what's going on. Question number 3. This is a hard one. The stars of this movie include a guy who is playing a superhero character in an upcoming motion picture. His name is Chris Hemsworth. Name the superhero that he will be playing in the coming weeks in theaters near you. That's right. Name the superhero he will be playing in the coming weeks in a theater near you. Okay, we're going to go with Jaret Spear first.
And I'm looking forward to this one. It's Thor.
Okay, Dave Murray.
Also
Thor. All right, you both got it right. Bonus points would have been Thor, not the lesbian girl one that Rich hates. All right, question number 4. By the way, you're both doing fantastic. Question number 4. The whole movie stems upon the cast going into what room in the house, in the cabin? In the cabin, they have to go into a certain room for the whole movie to even happen, or for everything to be put into motion.
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. They have to go into a certain room in the house for it all to make sense. I can see that you're looking a little bummed out that you didn't watch this one, Jaret Spear. We're going to go ahead and go to you first.
I have no idea.
Pick a room.
I'm going to say shed. I really don't know.
Okay, we'll go to Dave Murray next.
Yes, the magic happens in the cellar.
In the cellar. The basement, the cellar. That is right. I will say this. The shed, fantastic guess.
Yeah.
As we
because
know,
if it wasn't the cellar,
it would have had to have been the shed.
Absolutely.
All Friday the 13th movies are based upon what happens in the shed.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Jaret had just argued a little more about
about
shed,
that,
it probably would have got
it could have been like, well, they didn't have room for a shed, so they stored everything in the cellar.
It's
an underground shed.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, Jaret.
There were no gardening tools down there that I know of.
Yeah, they have to go where the most killing objects are, right?
Right, exactly. And you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense in this movie as well, but not the killing objects that you would actually think.
Yeah.
I believe this is question number 5, guys, and you're both doing great. Dave Murray with a 4-3 lead over Jaret Spear. And but I will just say, for someone not having seen the movie since it first came out, Jaret, you're putting up a fantastic battle this week on 5 questions here at Jaret Goes to the Movies, the show people are currently listening to in their ears. All right, question number 5 is going to be a doozy. In the second scene of the movie, Thor throws what out the window? Second scene of the movie, what does Thor throw out of the window? That's right. Cue Bowling for Soup out the window, please. And down the fire escape broke. Okay, that's all the time we have for that. All right, Jaret Spear, we're going to go to you first. What does Thor, Chris Hemsworth, throw out the window?
Again, I have no idea. It's been too long since I've seen it to know that. I can't even think of anything.
Okay, one hint. It is not a cat.
Well, I would hope not.
All right.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Take your best guess. Just guess anything. I'm sorry, Jared, you are out of time. We'll have to go to Dave Murray here. And I realize you're not feeling well. It's not fucking fair. Dave Murray, what does Chris Hemsworth throw out the window in scene 2?
It was a football.
That is correct. 5 for 5. Dave Murray, fantastic showing. That you do both get to try at Rich's bonus question. And here it goes.
All right. What is worse? Sorry. Making out with a taxidermified wolf or watching Harvey Weinstein whack off in a potted plant in front of you?
Which is worse?
Which is worse?
Oh, okay. So
That's
you're saying
fucking easy.
Which one would you rather not see?
Yeah.
Which one would you rather not be in a party of?
You want to see
A hot girl making out with
No. You making out with a wolf.
You have to make out with
You're the
a
girl.
Me. Yeah.
Oh. Are you making out with a taxidermified wolf, or are you watching Harvey Weinstein whack off in a potted plant in front of you?
Oh.
Okay. We'll go to now. Both of you do get a crack at this question, and it could mean a lot of points. Almost 1 point for each of you. Here we go. Jared Spear.
I've got to go with I would not want to see Harvey Weinstein whacking off.
Okay. David Murray.
No.
Agreed.
Okay.
That is the answer.
That is the correct answer. That's right.
That was really hard.
Although in a scary movie, here's the thing.
It was a tough one because that's gross.
Here's why that's tough though, because in any other scary movie that this happened in, that thing would come alive and bite her in the face. Sure. Oh, I just realized something.
What?
That's the fucking wolf that comes alive if the wolf comes back. Yeah.
Nice.
I fucking just solved.
You know, when they filmed that scene, they coated that tongue with powdered sugar, so it'd be more.
Oh,
it would be easier for you.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah.
I bet you if you go back and watch that now, fresh. How many times did you watch it?
This is my second time.
Okay, but you don't watch the movies 3 times anymore, right?
Oh, yeah, I watched it twice.
Okay, but I bet knowing okay, so the wolf thing's out there. You know about the spinning thing. There's so I bet you if you watched it knowing that, just the house itself would give off a lot of clues. You know?
Well, I definitely when I watched it the second time this week, I was looking for those things. Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. All right, well, Dave Murray has a commanding 6-4 lead.
Oh, Jared's hydrating.
And Jared hydrating, he's not feeling well. That does give you, Jared, the option to pick a category first and take it all away with Will's wacky bonus question.
Super hard bonus question.
Will's wacky, is it wacky?
It's not even bonus. It's just super hard.
Will's super hard question.
I'm bonus. He's super hard.
Got
I
it.
still like wacky more.
Okay, wacky super hard question.
All right. Jared, choose from one of the following categories. Unicorns.
Animals.
Mermen.
Oh, fuck.
Zombies. Ghosts. Or animal sex.
Wait. I missed one of those.
Okay, so it's unicorns, mermen,
zombies,
ghosts, or
animal sex.
I'm going to go with unicorns.
God, merman never gets it. Never.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. The lion and the unicorn are featured on the United Kingdom's coat of arms. What do they represent?
I think I have a good guess at this.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea.
Just take a guess. It's a lion and a unicorn. You put the lion in the unicorn.
I'm gonna go with something to do with the queen.
Pretty close though, right?
Okay, that's as good as I get. I got nothing on that.
The lion represents England. And the unicorn represents Scotland, which is the Scotland's coat of arms is unicorns. And
I did not know that.
They know unicorns
Everybody
don't
over
exist,
in the UK
right?
is mad at me right now.
Yeah, I was gonna just say strength and imagination.
Just take a
That's
look.
actually not
It's
bad.
in a book,
Right?
The Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. All right, Dave Murray, you have won the game. Just for fun, would you like to take a crack at one of Will's wacky, super hard bonus, wacky questions.
Certainly.
Okay.
All right.
So your categories you have left, according to Will, are mermen,
zombies,
ghosts.
No, ghost. Animal sex.
The movie Ghost?
No, just ghost.
Oh.
No, you don't know. It's like Jeopardy. It could be anything.
Or potables.
I'm going zombies all the way.
Zombies.
Okay.
Fucking merman. Jesus.
All right. Name the 1932 zombie movie starring Bela Lugosi.
Ooh.
That should be
1932 zombie movie starring Bela Lugosi.
What was it called?
I should have taken that category.
This probably isn't right, but I'll say Night of the Living Dead.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, wait.
Is it Dracula? Oh.
White Zombie.
Oh, did you actually know that, Jared?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God. Well,
We'll give
I'm
it to
sorry. Unfortunately, yeah. If you were Tim Tool, you would have just won. Guys, you guys are awesome. David Murray, congratulations on a very terrific win. You hold the record for the most perfect scores during the individual categories, and now I believe you have the most wins under your belt as well. Jared Spear, as always, you're a very, very good fighter. I hope you fight through this cold, and I do hope you both have a fantastic weekend. And thank you so much for your support of our show.
Love it, man.
Thanks, guys.
All
You
right.
guys have fun.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Dana,
Truth.
what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm just skipping ahead. But you're gonna say dare. She's gonna dare you to do something you don't like, and then you'll puss out and say that you wanted truth all along.
Really? Okay, Jules. There. What the hell was that? It's the cellar door.
The wind must have blown it over.
That makes what kind of sense?
What do you think's down there?
Why don't we find out?
Here's the response to the truth or dare argument when he says that shit to her. Hey, jockhead. I just got done fucking your favorite teacher. You know, she was having sex with the professor that he was like, oh, you're going to love in this class when he talks about this. So it's like, don't dare me to do shit. I'm doing stuff. Right?
Yeah.
There is a funny there is a funny thing to where he's like that when he's the pot smoker guy's like, oh, go make out with that moose on the wall, and they're like, that's not a fucking moose. That's a wolf.
Yeah.
It comes from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that movie, and I don't want to.
The cabin looks just like the cabin in Evil Dead. And,
really?
And there's a moose on the wall in Evil Dead, not that wolf. So
I thought that was really funny. That's one of that kid's best lines.
Do you want to talk about the cellar door popping open now?
Sure.
It popped open.
So as soon as they went down and they saw the picture of the girl, because it's been a long time. I knew some key plot points, but I didn't remember everything about it. As soon as they saw the girl, I go, I know she's going to be a big part of this.
Definitely.
Because I recognized her from Dark Matter. She's the girl from Dark Matter. The little girl. She's 5 or whatever, 4.
Is she?
Yeah.
I didn't
She's
put that
the young
together.
girl. Yeah, that's her.
So you realized it because she's already been in another movie. So he's
I knew that it wasn't just some random painting.
Yeah, she's not an extra.
She was an actress.
Right.
That I was like, oh, well, if she's on that painting, she's going to be in the movie.
Well, it was obvious when they started reading the diary that was going to be a part of the story.
Yeah, this was before that she started reading the diary.
All right.
Yeah,
but you're just meaning like once they're down there and they start seeing stuff.
Right, yeah.
Oh, because that's when she screams. Is that what you're saying? And then she
well, that was
sees
one of the first
thing.
things she sees is the painting of that
Yeah,
girl.
she screams and then the rest of them come down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
Okay, so I want to be sensitive to
sensitive to what?
Sensitive to the Harvey Weinstein sex scandal that's going on in the Me Too # movement.
I don't think you need to be sensitive about his feelings.
And I'm gonna skip the Richter scale this week. So I'll just say that these two girls are both totally bangable, and I would totally bang them if and only if they were into it also. You're welcome.
Yay. Fucking A. Yeah.
Is that a sarcastic clap?
Although I actually do think that you're like following this really closely.
The scandal thing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty pissed about it. But
Yeah, it's awful.
It's a lot of people.
it's disgusting
for
that
sure.
they cover. It's bullshit. They all covered that shit up. They all knew. They all turned a blind eye.
Well,
It's bullshit.
What I keep saying to
You're
Simone,
saying that it's bullshit because they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, I keep
Not
saying this
because it happened.
I keep saying
No,
to Simone,
I'm sure it happened.
What is it about a week ago that's different than 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 1 year ago? What happened that?
And look,
why is it all now just coming out?
I don't know one single person that has sexually harassed a girl. Not one. I don't know anybody. I've never seen it in any job I've ever been in. I've never seen it. I've never seen it happen. And I
have.
feel like
I've seen it horribly.
You don't know.
I don't know
Not that you know of.
Right. That's what I'm
but it's
saying. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen.
No. But you're saying that.
Let
you
me get to
don't-
my
hold on,
point
but
and you'll
you're-
understand what I'm
you're-
saying.
Okay.
So I've never seen it. I've never seen it in any job that I've ever been in. I've never seen, I've watched it on TV in the some slimy guy is like, "Hey, sweetheart," and slaps her on the butt. Like, I've never seen any of that before. And I just feel like it's because everybody that I hang around with is not rich and powerful. They're just normal people. They're normal guys,
Well, it doesn't
who
always have to be
respect
normal.
women. Oh, I know. And I also choose my friends in a certain way, I think. And I don't know any rich people. I don't know any powerful people. And I think rich and power definitely, I think that just is fucking...
Jaret, you're not rich and powerful?
Definitely happens.
I mean, you're powerful.
When you're rich
I've
and
had
powerful.
some fucking scuzzy ass dude at a gas station
And
say
my-
some awful
and my
things.
point
I don't think
is-
money means anything.
I feel like, yes, I think this is widespread in Hollywood. I think it's widespread in the power cities. I think this happens all the time. But I don't think it happens. I know it happens sometimes, but I don't think it's is the scourge that it is there in normal town Main Street USA.
It
You know what I
does,
mean?
all the
It
time.
is. I've seen it horribly.
It starts in 6th grade with
How come
bra,
I've never seen it?
bra strap popping and butt slapping, and it goes on from there forever. You haven't seen it because you're not a woman. You haven't lived it.
No,
Well, and also you may have seen it. You just didn't know what you listen. You were in an industry that I'm in for a while, and it's rampant in the industry that
I wasn't in the industry. I
but-
played a few bars.
and not only just the industry, but just the way that bands treat some bands treat their fans that are women. And
I was married.
You can say all you want. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's not a deterrent.
No.
So, I think this is a.
I mean, are you guys saying that I'm lying, or what are you saying?
No, nobody's saying you're lying.
No, okay. It just sounded like,
It's
nope,
not
you're wrong. And I'm like, no. All I was saying is that I have never seen this in my life.
So then we're not saying that you have. Okay,
I'm
so
saying
you've never seen
my
it.
experience
I've seen
is
it
not
a lot.
the same as your experience.
Yeah, my experience is
I've
definitely.
never, but I didn't say this was the
Well, you said
how
you-
things are. I said
no. We're not. You're.
I just think I feel like in
Hold on.
in
You're misinterpreting.
Main Street
You really-
USA.
You're misinterpreting.
Is totally different than
In
big
your-
city, your kind of industry.
And I'm disagreeing with
Power.
you because I'm allowed to.
And
Well, here's the thing.
my,
Here's
my
where-
experience wasn't in California. It was in Virginia, like Little Virginia.
Also, and here's where this is going to go right now, because this is where it's going to all end. Your experience is your experience.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So we're just saying that yes, in our America, we have seen it, and it does exist or whatever. But again, I'm not saying that you're lying. No, that's stupid. You're saying, hey, I've never seen it. That's fucking crazy to me. But I believe you.
I'd say
Why would I
fucking
not?
Good for you.
Yeah,
I wish
I
I,
mean,
didn't see it.
Why would I? Why do I need to not believe you? But I see it all the time.
So you see sexual assault all the time?
I don't think we're talking about
You
just
said sexual
assault.
harassment.
We're talking about harassment. I
Yeah.
think that's what you're saying. Like I thought that's what we were
That's
talking
the wording
about.
you actually use. is harassment.
I haven't seen that either, but there is a huge difference, yes, between sexual assault and then sexual harassment.
Mhm.
Yes.
Definitely.
Hey, why don't you go out with me? Hey, why don't you go out with me? I don't want to go out with you. I think you're creepy. Well, come on, go out with me. That's sexual harassment, right?
I mean, trying to talk a girl into going out with you is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could.
At work is what I'm, like, if you're at work and you're harassing someone.
I think it's more of like, to quote Ron Burgundy, maybe not wear a bra next time.
Yeah, exactly.
That is.
I've literally not heard anything like that
I think
before.
it would just be subjective to like who you are as a person. Like I think something could be said to me and I wouldn't think it sounded dangerous, but maybe to another person would make them feel uncomfortable and feel dangerous.
I think it comes up with me all the time. I think people are just like, that being said to someone or whatever, and maybe I think it's comical, or maybe I don't. But it's that whole thing of like, if somebody said that to your daughter, how would that feel? And then it's like, okay, well, that puts it in a different perspective. But
well, my thing is that I always go. If my mom found out that if I did X, Y, Z, how would she feel about me? And that's how I always.
Well, my mom bought me Playboys. That's not even a fucking thing. I think to your point, the whole thing is it's
disgusting.
It's fucking disgusting, and it sucks. And I feel bad.
And he won't even end up in jail or anything. He'll be fine.
I feel bad for all of them. I feel bad for all of the girls that aren't saying anything. Or Howard was telling a story about a girl who, and he swears it's true. A girl who went to college, became an actress. Had a meeting with him. It's like one of her first things out of acting school. Harvey Weinstein got creepy on her, and she was just like, fuck this, and went into a completely different industry. Something she had trained for her whole life.
Yeah.
So he was calling him the dream crusher, and it's not far off. I mean, it's fucking sick.
And look, I joke about the sex and women and stuff like that. That I'm being funny. There is no way in fucking hell that I treat.
I think it's important for us to point that out. That,
I think people need to know that it's
even the Richter scale or whatever. It's a bit. He's doing a fucking bit that he made up after he saw the stupid poster on Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
And the whole point is to get us to all fucking cringe and yada yada. I mean, again, I assume because that's what happens every time. Rich is not a disrespectful person. In fact, I think you're. Like if I were a girl, I'd want to be your girlfriend because you're fucking awesome.
You can't. Will's his girlfriend.
But you are. You're an awesome.
trying.
You're an awesome significant other. You're a good human being.
Yeah, you've got good morals as far as relationships.
You're a
and
shit talking motherfucker because of the way that you like to fucking stir people up. But
I like to be outrageous in talk only.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's fun for you to watch people's reaction.
Right.
It's funny. I was reading. I have my very, very close friend. His name is Scott Simons, and he started a thing on this whole thing, and he was just like, here's the topic. We're going to talk about this. Let's not be mean to each other. Let's just sincerely just discuss it,
Yeah.
And I literally did think, I wonder if Rich is friends with him on Facebook.
No.
But anyway, no, in all seriousness, I do want everybody that listens to the show to know that, obviously we try to stir shit up or whatever, and that's Rich's bit, but he's a good human being, and we do not condone any of that shit. So,
for reals,
that's just fucking that. So
let's get to some decapitations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should play something hilarious or something. So, okay, we'll just do this.
The snort.
Why does David Dooley think rape is so funny?
Ladies and gentlemen, stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, that can only be one person. That is David Dooley, who his laugh. I used to have this fucking laugh machine. It was in the third grade, and it could still tell you like the cadence of the laugh. It'd like, oh ho ho he he ha ha ho 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 ha 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 ha, and like you would press the button, and it would do that. And have you heard that before? Like, because that cadence, I would hear it in other things, all the time. And it just would make me fucking laugh all the time. But I am going to make David Dooley's laugh my ringtone.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm going to fucking do it.
I think you're the only person I know that still has a ringtone.
I have a ringtone.
Like a real one?
Well, no,
like
it's
a song.
Yeah.
Mine is
Maybe I'll pay a lot of
Mine
the
is
episodes.
Mine is Super Mario Brothers, and it's Stranger Things for Anna, and it's something else for Simone.
Maybe everybody's phones are always on silent, so I just
Mine
never
is
know.
Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine
You seriously believe nothing weird is going on?
Conspiracy?
The way everybody's acting. Why is Jules suddenly a celebutard? And since when does Kurt pull this alpha male bullshit? I mean, he's a sociology major. He's on full academic scholarship, and now he's calling his friend an egghead?
Kurt's just drunk.
I've seen Kurt drunk. Jules, too.
Well, then maybe it's something else.
You're not seeing what you don't want to see.
I loved this realization. I just thought like him starting to kind of figure it out was so cool, and just him just being observant and in the moment, and you know,
because it wasn't obvious enough that we would just figure it out on our own. So when he does it, you go, "Oh yeah, he was really smart at the beginning, and now he's acting like a dumb jock."
Yeah, and he's seen him drunk, and he's not an asshole, and you know, and he's saying that you know, she's not like all slutty McSlutterson. She's just a you know, she's his friend or whatever. But I, you know, again, I the drunk.
So the first time I watched this, I was positive that they had said the reason that he was figuring it all out and not getting sucked into everything was because the pot.
It was.
They did say that later.
They did say that.
But they didn't. They
said
they didn't say it. They go, "We treated the pot."
They did. Yeah.
So why they didn't really say why it happened.
So later they said
he had a
this is
different
making
stash
him
or something.
something happened. This is actually making him immune to all of our.
I thought maybe I missed
They said
it.
they treated
Okay.
it. They said that they treated it. You know, we did what we were supposed to do or whatever. So yeah,
But they
could it
did
have-
say that he had a different stash that was making
that
him-
I didn't hear. I didn't hear that he
I thought
had
it
a
was just
different
whatever
stash.
they put in it for some reason was making him.
Yeah,
Just
they
for
did
s-
say that it affected it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's.
But I thought that was super cool that he was immune to all that, wasn't going along with it because he was so fucking hammered.
Yeah, he's high.
Well, yeah, hammered
Yeah.
high.
Is that
High.
is
you
that
can't
a
say
thing?
hammered if you're high.
No, that's a
I don't
completely
smoke pot, so I don't know the
No,
lingo.
hammered is not.
What do you say? Baked?
High.
Yeah,
You
baked.
can say baked.
Toasted.
I don't know what the kids say.
Chris Burney likes to say higher than a giraffe's pussy. So you can always do that.
All right. Is it?
Oh, I found out today where America's pussy is.
Oh, okay.
The Grand Canyon.
Interesting. It's
kinda
interesting
high
that
up.
it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Like,
is,
I mean, it's not
is
like-
America laying down on
it's
its
not
back?
really accessible.
I guess that makes California the anus still.
It's we're like a fuck.
Still.
It's we're like a one of them fucking fish. You know, like it's like they're all of our stuff. Is
Las Vegas
I
is
thought the
taint.
penis was Florida, so is it like it has both genitalia?
No. So
America's
our,
hermaphrodite.
the penis is Florida, the balls is Texas, and that makes California the asshole.
But he's saying the vagina is the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. You know what that makes Alaska, don't you? A fart.
No, that's Hawaii.
No, Hawaii's a turd.
Yeah, definitely a turd.
Because
The fart
Alaska
floats up. Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So in Hawaii, it's all broken up into just like little fucking turds down there. Little
Klingons.
Hawaiian turds with fucking delicious barbecued pig.
What's
And
the
pineapple.
Catalina Island? Is the Klingon?
The Klingon. Is that a thing? Do people call it that? Like
Yeah.
I thought it was called the
Klingon. The
something berry, right?
Yeah.
Dingleberry.
Dingleberry.
Yeah. Yeah. I was at a place. We were at a hotel the other day, and I had to poop like a couple of times or whatever, and then I went in to take a shower.
Where were we?
And it was me and Gary were at this. I was somewhere.
Okay, I'm just checking.
And so me and
That was
Gary.
a test you passed.
No, we were at a show. I think it's that Virginia thing.
I wish Gary would hang out with me.
That hotel. I know. I wish he would too. Like he will. He's fucking
He won't.
busy all the
He
time.
won't.
But the toilet paper was like real soft or whatever. And so I went in to take a shower, and like I like to get like deep into my butthole whenever I like clean and stuff. Like Casey will tell you, like I adjust the shower nozzle and then just spread it apart, and like
Yeah.
do like a full on. like a massage enema.
Yeah.
Where it's doing the...
That one guy is driving his car down the street in the same intersection listening to this part.
Right. Did I already talk about this before?
No. It was a mailbag.
And anyway, I was shampooing my butthole right after that, and it was like, wait, what the fuck is that?
It's
and
the butt towel thing.
How do you get the shampoo in there?
You just like you stick your fingers up in there and like go on the sides.
No,
you don't like get all in
I don't
your.
touch it.
He has his brown towel.
You don't get it up in your butthole.
I have a specific rag for that.
Oh, do you put your leg
I don't put
up?
my fingers in there. That's
Do you put your
gay,
leg
first
up
of
or
all.
anything? No, not in
It's
your.
a little gay.
I mean, I only go
Not
up to
that
like.
there's anything wrong with being
Okay,
gay.
here's the thing.
I mean, I'll
It's
go
a
to the
little
second knuckle, but I won't go all the way to like my fist.
You can do anything you want to yourself, and it's completely whatever it is you want it to be. Yeah. Because you could make an argument.
It's also real. I feel like that's dirty. Like
Is
my fingers are now.
but
My fingernail is
masturbating-
tainted.
Masturbating.
You're in the shower.
No,
I
it's
know,
not your
I
taint. It's
understand.
your asshole.
But-
Don't you listen?
Don't tear through the taint. That hurts.
You're just trying to. Oh boy. Speaking of which, the next clip is called "Blood Prayer."
This we offer in humility and fear for the blessed peace of your eternal slumber, as it ever was.
As it ever was.
Isn't this one she got the bear claw to the back or the bear?
She got
trap?
decapitated.
No, she got she got bear trapped first.
Yeah, he threw the bear trap first, reeled her in, and then and then the other people came up with the saw,
Right.
and just sawed her head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking bear trap thing, so kick ass.
I said the same thing. I was like, "That's incredible." But by the end of the movie, I think it was on the dock later. You can see it more clearly. I think there's only one side to it, though. It's not a thing that's clamping. Because at first I thought it was he's throwing it and it like clamped on her.
Right.
But I think it's just one side. So it's just a sort of a triangle sawtooth looking thing.
Right.
So,
So
how
the
does that stick in someone? If you threw that at
because the jaws are aimed in like a shark.
Yeah.
Because that's how those traps work anyway.
Or those.
So
the teeth are like 3 fucking inches long.
Yeah, and they go like this. So like if he throws it, it lands
But
on you. It's heavy.
It's like a 2 or 3 inch triangles that are the tooth. So if you throw that at somebody, even if I hit you in the back with that, the worst it would do was give you like a couple of points that would sort of break the skin a little
if it's
bit.
heavy and you start to pull on it, then it should set itself.
You're right. This movie's not realistic at all.
Well, I was
Fuck
like
this
big on the
movie.
bear trap, but then I saw it was just one side of the trap, and
It
I'm
doesn't
like,
seem very practical at all.
it really doesn't. I'm sorry. But it probably
I
has
don't know if you
magical
guys
powers.
remember from-
They did have ghosts floating and giant snakes too.
I don't
so.
know if you remember this from earlier in the movie. A bird flew into a fucking invisible wall. I mean, it's fucking realistic, for Christ's sake. Good lord.
Oh wait, the other thing that I had a problem with was the knives in the back.
That
Thor got a
takes you down.
knife in the back that had. I mean, when I saw it, it looked like at least 3 inches in.
He's got a collapsed lung and he's bleeding to death.
Right, but worst case scenario, he's got a gigantic wound in his back that is just bleeding out now. Yeah.
You can survive.
That happens
stabbing.
twice.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Why isn't this like the gods underneath us? Why is this not the religion of the world? I mean, it's fucking real.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Spread the word.
Yeah. I'm like, this is it.
We don't
He's like praying to it, kissing his medallion. It's like, this is.
Maybe they need the free will thing.
You
I don't know.
should practice my religion
Oh,
because
I see
here
what you're
are the
saying.
things down on the ground.
You can
Because they've
see
hidden-
them.
They've hidden everything.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, interesting. That's a fucking.
But it's a big secret no one knows about.
Yeah. So instead, we have Hare Krishners.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I swear to fucking God somebody is talking. I'm pretty sure someone is. Oh. No! What are you saying? Huh? What do you want? You think I'm a puppet, huh? You think I'm a puppet gonna do a little fucking puppet dance? I'm the boss of my own brain, so give it up. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Here's the thing. Nobody's going for a fucking walk.
It was the chemicals.
In the middle of the night. No.
I guess.
When your friend was already decapitated.
Well,
yeah, by the way, did you...
found that out yet.
He doesn't
he
know
hasn't
yet.
found that out yet.
That's true. Did you notice that her hair was no longer blonde when they decapitated her and threw the head inside
it's
the
all
house?
bloody.
I heard it was... But it wasn't blonde.
That wasn't natural red-headed color, is what you're saying. God, I'm so confused.
Would that work,
by
Casey?
Well, because I didn't even recognize the head initially because I was like, well, who's that? The other girl was blonde.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's her face. Oh, okay.
It did look just like her. They did a pretty good job on that thing.
All right.
Do you think that cost more than the bong?
Big penis?
No, the bong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or the penis costume. Either way.
Possibly.
So she's dead, basically, at this point. Comes in. They're going to go lock up the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look, we're gonna lock this place down.
He's right.
We'll go room by room, barricade every window and door. We gotta play it safe. No matter what happens, we have to stay together.
Calm down. Watch the master work.
This isn't right.
What? What's the matter?
This isn't right. We should split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea.
Really?
Because it's like is there ever going to be a scary movie where they all stay together the whole time?
I mean, why can't you write a good movie that you don't do stupid things constantly?
Yeah.
You know, make it to where things happen that force that, but don't do it like don't go chasing after the sound that's really scary. I mean, I don't know.
But
just all those tropes.
Is it to get us?
Those are tropes, by the way.
Right. So that's to get us to go, no, don't do that.
I guess it's anxiety is to get the anxiety
So
going.
for the audiences, so if somebody doesn't know, what's a trope again?
It's a thing, a common thing that Hollywood uses in their films or whatever. It's just like it's something that they go to often to do, like splitting up, like going to look to see what the noise was in the attic with no light on.
You guys wait here.
It's like that happens all the time. You know, that's a trope.
Oh shit! I left the lights on. The car battery's dead.
Right. Exactly.
That kind of thing. Right. As I was watching this or whatever, I thought, it's funny that they're making fun of that.
Mm-hmm.
This line was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's what makes it funny is going back to home base, and him just going, watch the master work or whatever. And this is their day job. Like the next day they're supposed to be having a barbecue over at homeboy's house or whatever. This is what they do. They fucking save the world by killing 5 people.
Yeah.
How hard is it to kill 9-year-olds?
0 fatality. Total loss.
I'm telling you want good product, you gotta buy American.
Any word from downstairs?
Downstairs doesn't care about Japan. The director trusts us.
Hey, you just sweat the chem, Lan. Well, these morons are singing What a Friend We Have in Shinto. We are bringing the pain.
Yeah, and what the fuck's up with this guy's pot anyway? He's supposed to be drooling, and
Here it
instead
is.
he almost makes us?
We treated the shit out of it.
Okay, we got the Rambler heading toward the tunnel.
The fool's toast anyway. And so are we if you don't get this under control. What? Shit, why?
Gotta go.
You
Work to
guys
do.
are humanity's last hope. If the ancients rise, we...
There's no cave-in. What? The fucking tunnel's open!
Yes, so many hints here.
Right, did you catch it?
Yeah, right here I did.
Yeah, okay.
There I didn't. I mean, she calls him the fool. He's already toast anyway. She even says like humanity is fucked if we don't get this done.
The ancient ones will rise.
Right, exactly. Which to me, so I did hear.
I picked up on that kind of.
But it was weird, right? It was like, why would we be talking about like the fucking ancient gods and all that stuff in a movie like this? Like it was
a sci-fi, obvious sci-fi fucking with.
What they wanted us to think was though that like the ancient ones were the Buckners or whatever, right? Like it was like all the ancient one and more zombies. Or whatever.
No, I didn't get that impression at all.
No, here because I mean, like to me, I was
think
like,
you weren't just. I think
it's completely
you
off
hear
my
it,
radar.
but not hear
Yeah,
it. The
it's
kind
completely
of thing.
off my radar.
Yeah. So the favorite part was the Japanese little girl.
Yeah, how
and
hard
she's
is it to
told
kill?
up the frog.
Yeah.
The evil is defeated. Now Kiko's spirit will live in the happy frog.
And it's totally one of those Ring Japanese Korean ghost things. Yeah, it was awesome.
It's so common, yeah. But that's funny because they were like, each one has their tradition, and that's a very Japanese horror flick type of thing, and that's what they were doing over there.
Right.
I want to know what the Stockholm one was.
Yeah, is that the one that was just on fire? The house was just on fire.
Yeah. I wonder if it was like a troll or something.
Oh, it could have been. Yeah, it's very that
could have been like a syndrome.
Did it tweak your brain a little bit when you saw the classroom and all the girls? Like, I was like, oh, I guess that is how it is over there. Like, every girl looks pretty much like that. Long, straight, black hair.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I didn't really think about that.
No, I didn't think about
I
it.
think I was just more like,
I'm just so used to over here, we just have all kinds of diversity everywhere. Like, everybody looks completely different.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Having everyone just has straight black hair.
I just think whenever I think about Japan, or that's where we're
You
at,
think
right?
about ping pong balls?
Oh, no, that was
Thailand.
Thailand.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
sorry.
It's a completely different place. You realize they are both in Asia, but a completely different country. But yeah, ping pong balls.
Kurt, are you sure about this?
I've done bigger jumps than this.
You got a smooth run and maybe a 5-foot differential on the other side.
But you gotta give it everything.
Kurt.
Look, you guys, you stay in the Rambler. I'll get help. If I wipe out, I'll fucking limp for help. But I'm coming back here. I'm coming back with cops and choppers and large fucking guns, and those things are gonna pay. For Jules.
Yeah.
This was the greatest. This is how I remember the movie. This scene. When he what did you know it was going to happen?
100%. So this was like the most predictable. And again, only because I caught that glimpse of that bird.
Because I think when I first saw the movie,
I forgot.
I knew it, and so then I put it back together. Okay, they caved in the thing, so I'm like, he's not gonna make it. There's a fucking wall there. They just can't
I
see
forgot
it,
about
you
the
know?
wall.
That's how when I
Yeah.
first watched it, that's what was for me. I registered the eagle and I go, well, that's weird. And then I never thought about it again.
Yeah.
And then I was just not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, the whole build up and the music.
Yeah, and you gotta go full force.
Yeah, you've got to go for it. And I'll be back even if I have to limp. The whole build is just so genius. And then he jumps and it's just like,
he just keeps falling. Yeah. I kept expecting him to like grab a rock and throw it, you know what I mean, and see if it like hit the thing or something, because he was like, there's something there. He got
so
scared
great.
as shit. Yeah,
It
that
was
was
so
amazing. It was a great scene. And again, like it at that point, she's starting to figure it out.
Yeah, like they're screwed.
Yeah, she's heard already what the fool. He's already told her, like, like everybody's not normal and yada yada, and she's like, we're not getting out of here. This is, that's what's happening, right?
Damn, that was close there. Photo fucking finish.
I don't understand. You're celebrating?
They're celebrating. I'm drinking.
But she's still alive. How can the ritual be complete?
The virgin's death is optional as long as it's last. Main thing is that she, suffers.
That she did.
It's so strange. I'm actually rooting for this girl. She's got so much heart. You think of all the pain and the... Tequila is my lady! My lady! Come on in, guys. Come on in. You're welcome. Tequila!
So what's going on in the background here is fucking crazy.
They're having this big party and she's just getting murdered.
She's thrown around and getting the shit beat out of her, right? And nobody's even paying attention anymore.
Right.
Because it's like, no, but here's the reason why, here's the hole in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they control everybody anyway, how do they not actually know that there's still somebody alive?
I know they had their vitals on the screen.
Yeah. So
how
it's
do they know that guy's not dead?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. That's just it. It's like,
fuck it, I hate this.
This fucking, how does he survive that way? You know, like, I mean, and he's been exploring and shit.
How do they have their vitals on this screen? That's interesting.
Yeah, they can make force fields. They can have little things in their body.
True. That's
No.
very true.
They have fucking cameras and lamps. It's not like we can do that today. Jesus Christ.
I was wondering how they were doing that.
Well, it's fucking not a thing, Will.
It's fantasy, I guess.
Fantasy. This I predicted.
Yeah, I kind of dismember that guy with the trowel. What have you been up to? Nobody else. Yeah, I figured.
You figured everything.
No, not at all. But I do know some stuff. As in, it's an elevator. Somebody sent those dead fucks up here to get us. Now, there's no controls inside, but there's maintenance overrides in there. And I think I can get it to go down.
Do we want to go down?
Where else are we gonna go?
Yeah. I mean,
so was this a huge aha moment when you see them all in the boxes as they're going?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
No, definitely not. I mean, I thought
Like, I knew they were like different creatures. So they made that clear, but I thought like the merman just lived in the ocean and somehow
Right.
they summoned him, or not the ocean,
yeah,
the lake. Or
interesting. And you didn't know the fucking number of what it could have been. Like
hundreds. of
How
things.
many things?
But then when you watch it again, because when I watched it again, I was like, oh my god, there's 1,000 trinkets down there.
Yeah.
All of those individual trinkets were some other thing.
And but if you think about the wolf, you think about like how he saw something in a lake. It could have been that big fucking snake. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
the merman. You know,
Right.
Whatever. It's sort of they're all out there all together. I did know that there was
but
going
he
to be.
didn't see something in the lake. He was joking.
No, I know, but I'm just
No, he
saying
saw
little
his
hints,
girlfriend in
little
the lake.
hints towards the. Casey, will you do me a favor? Will you make out with that wolf right there on the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, I actually pointed to a wolf.
There's actually a wolf on the wall.
Yeah, there is. With the
And there's an American and Korean flag on that.
yeah, exactly. It was close. It's as close as I could get.
Yeah.
It's almost Japan.
I fucking did the best I could. But yeah, I love all this. I love how they're sticking together. They're like going down just to try to get the fuck away,
Right.
you know. And
They let the monsters out.
they let the monsters out. I just love the fact that Sigourney Weaver just comes out.
It's a pretty good
Oh, yeah.
cameo. All of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a great cameo, and all hell is fucking
Well, the best
breaking
thing
loose.
is when Homeboy gets eaten by the merman.
That's the fucking
He's
best.
like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's just like, really? This is what he's been trying for the merman for years.
And that thing was hideous, and it eats him and blows his blood out its hole. It's awesome.
Oh my god, that was fucking crazy.
I don't know if you guys noticed this in the cast, but I did. The guy who played the Wolfman also played the merman. That guy did double.
I did see
duty.
that.
Yeah.
Was it
in the credits.
was it Andy Serkis?
No.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
He's the guy that does
The motion capture.
all the, like he did Planet of the Apes, and then the Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
So, why can't these zombies die? It's like in every other
Yeah, you
zombie
hit 'em in the
movie,
head,
like
or-
you hit them in the head, or you do this, or you do that.
Or you
It's
cut
just
their
like,
head off and they're
now
they
they're
didn't do any of that.
their body parts are just
well, he
fucking
chopped that
moving.
one up to like a million pieces.
Yeah.
Its little hands.
Yeah. She
but
drove-
he didn't punch him in the head.
But she drove a fucking crowbar through the one dude's head, through his fucking head. So that was obviously like, okay, he's done. That's it. No, he was back.
But that's why they had 100% kill rate.
No. Don't you remember the board? There was zombies, and then there was
Yeah.
redneck,
Yeah.
whatever,
Redneck torture.
zombies.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
a completely
totally
different
It's
breed.
a different breed. Yeah.
Yeah, because the girl comes in, she goes, wait a minute, I had zombies. No, you had zombies. These are the redneck torture. They're the
Idiots.
Buckners or whatever.
Yeah.
Those guys can get brain deaded, but those other zombies, everything's alive.
It was interesting that none of the monsters attacked any of the other monsters. They only attacked.
Oh,
the
yeah, they
humans.
didn't fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting how the reveal of the blood running through the little, I guess the little
the stones.
And so to make it go red or whatever, I just thought that reveal was pretty interesting. I thought it was cool that she had figured that out too. I mean, she pretty much knew exactly what the fuck was going on by the end of it.
I'm sorry. Katie Morgan in the chat room says that Andy Serkis owns his own motion capture studio, and he does everything there, I guess. That's why he gets all of those parts.
That makes sense. Like, he specialized in that. Good for that guy.
Yeah.
He did it, guys.
He's also in that Black Panther movie coming up.
Yeah, he plays a human character.
Yeah, finally, huh?
Well, he was in the last Avengers movie.
Oh, yeah, he was, right.
The same character.
Same character, yeah.
It's different in every culture, and it has changed over the years, but it has always required youth. There must be at least 5. The whore, she's corrupted. She dies first.
Whore.
The athlete, the scholar, the fool, all suffer and die at the hands of whatever horror they have raised, leaving the last to live or die as fate decides. The virgin.
Me? Virgin?
We work with what we have.
Again, I think the comedy behind the whole thing is really funny. I don't know. The hardest twist of the whole thing to like really accept is just the fact that dude's still alive and he's just running around and all that shit. But fuck it. I liked it. I thought this was a really cool movie. I'm glad I got to see it. I think in the future, maybe give Casey a heads up on the
fucking
gore.
liars.
But
the shit that just jumps out.
You're
at
right
you.
though. Not a lot of that though.
No.
Not a lot of that.
I mean, if we're gonna do a horror movie, this is pretty tame.
There was a lot of anticipation of that, and then it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So that was a thing.
So did the redhead did she turn into a werewolf because she got bitten by a werewolf?
Doesn't matter. They're all gonna die.
That's true.
anyway.
They're all dead.
Yeah. So because I mean, literally, the blonde she made out with a werewolf.
That's true.
So that would have been a thing as well, But again, I thought it was a cool movie. Glad we got to watch it. Does this one have a sequel coming out, or this was a pick?
No, it's just a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Awesome, love it. Happy Halloween, everybody! I want to thank everybody for sharing our post, specifically Svi Hurst, Wendy Croft, Ray Jimenez, Barry Ferguson, Danny Stuckey, Chris Pulse, Daniel Cotton, Joey Bishop, Nigel Watson, Sean Umbeck, Rodon James, Joel Robinson, Fiona Freeman, who runs the Bowling for Soup fan page. And there is so much stuff going on over there. If you're not a member of the Bowling for Soup fan page, go and check it out. And if you still haven't liked us on Facebook, go check out Jaret Goes to the Movies, because we are there and we are awesome. Jake Bradford, thank you very, very much as well. I actually think I do have the right.
Let's check the Facebook page.
That'll work. Ryan Flaherty writes, a friend of mine that knows how much I love Oh, wait. First of all, I got this like 5 times. 5 people sent me this week. So I don't know what was going on.
Oh, I know where this is going.
A friend of mine that knows how much I love Bowling for Soup sent me a tweet that poses an interesting question. Are they bowling for soup or on behalf of soup?
Right. So
is this the first time you've heard this?
No, so it's a very viral tweet. That's actually not the wording of it, though. The wording of it,
it is.
It's on behalf of soup or to obtain soup, I believe is what it is. So I actually cannot answer that question. We will be holding a press conference in the coming weeks to address this viral tweet.
Is it because it's a secret and you want to control its release?
Absolutely not. I believe if you just want to Google it, you can find the answer. But I'm not going to address it on this show. Or
even the guy that tweeted it is just like, come on, guys, it wasn't that great.
Yeah. He goes, I really don't give a shit how Bowling for Soup got their name.
He just wants people to leave him alone.
Is it Jaret Goes to the Movies? Or is it Jaret? Never mind. All right. Bodie Cooper writes, do you think directors or writers are running out of original movie ideas?
I think this. I think that it's a hard time in the entertainment world because the budgets for things have gotten enormous, and it's hard to make that money back. And so
it's a risk.
You go
new ideas are risks.
New ideas are risks.
Proven things are
right.
less
So
of a risk.
You guys know that I fucking hate remakes. For the most part, I am just not a fan. I think that Hollywood has found its golden egg with these superhero movies and shit.
Yeah.
Totally fine. I think that they're great. I think the cool thing is, though, with Hollywood is when something like The Hangover or Superbad, like a comedy from out of nowhere, just works.
Yeah.
Bridesmaids.
We're always gonna Bridesmaids,
That's
a
a good
great
one.
example.
Yeah.
We're always gonna have these well acted movies, these ones that'll be up for Academy Awards here in the next few months. Those are always gonna happen. It's just
Those are usually from the Weinstein brothers as well.
well, yeah. I think that the hardest thing about those is that who's going to take that risk on those budgets, so it's going to be harder to be a writer. It's going to be harder to be a producer. It's going to be harder to be an actor that actually wants to be in career fulfilling fucking entertainment.
If you support new ideas in movies, you're supporting rape.
What?
They started that. That was their thing. It was like they're the company that took on those little movies with good ideas that didn't have any money to do it, and they backed those, and they're like
Tarantino.
Yeah, they did like Good Will Hunting was one that they just pulled out of nowhere,
Right.
Because they had a good
I'm
script.
certain that there's other people out there that can.
That's it. They're the only
All
ones.
right. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's almost like the recording industry as well. It's like when a band gets signed because they like them, and they sign them, they give them a little bit of money to go in to make an album, and I've seen this happen so many fucking times. And then they go, and then the label goes in and tries to sculpt them into something that is proven. It sort of defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah.
I was watching something where they were talking about for the last decade, the same two guys have written like all of these pop songs.
That's definitely true.
Like 90% of the pop songs on the radio are written by these two guys, and that's why they sound the same.
And it's all a formula. They
Yeah.
go in. It's not even really a thing, but it's here's the thing: is that radio won't take a chance to play anything new because they can't. It's all corporate. It's the same thing with movie companies.
I just heard some statistic about like Rihanna is like her airtime on the radio is like the most out of like anybody in like 25 years or something crazy
What?
like that.
Wow.
Something ridiculous.
Is she that good? I never listened to her.
She just has a lot of songs and she just plays all the time.
She has a lot of songs.
It's a good filler.
That's Simon Cowell's girl.
She does a
Rihanna?
bunch of stuff with. She's a Jive Records girl. Actually, I don't know about Simon Cowell. She was on Jive when we were. But I will say, with her, it's the. She does the things where she does a song with Eminem, and then she does a thing where she does a song with Jay-Z, and they know what the fuck they're
Was
doing.
Simon Cowell not on Jive? I think there's a relationship there.
Could be. Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
I just remember him bringing her on stage, like on American Idol, and them talking about how he discovered her.
That definitely could be. Yeah, I don't know that. But anyway, great question. Let's just hope that everyone figures out a way for, to make entertainment new and fucking
There's
exciting.
plenty of new ideas out there. They're just, you have to dig for them. They're going to be low budget. They're going to be
That's just it.
fucking French
It's just going to be
speaking
different.
subtitles
Yeah.
and shit like that. But, and then you're going to have the, I don't want to see a new idea going to a theater with a big budget and popcorn with my whole family. I want something I know is just going to be fun. You know what I mean? So there's room for both, I think. I really feel there's room for both. I want to see fucking Avengers. Give me all the Avengers. Let's do the battle scenes. It's going to be cool. We're all going to have fun, go home. And then at night, I want to lay down, watch something cool that I've never really seen before on some weird Netflix movie that they do.
Yeah,
You know
or
what I mean?
some website that you don't pay for, which
Right.
is part of the problem.
That too.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't support Harvey Weinstein.
I think what I was trying to say is I think it's going to be an ongoing challenge. But hey, let's just hope that people who actually care about their craft get their ideas through.
By the way, I pay for Netflix, Hulu, CBS All Access, Amazon Prime, and one other that I'm forgetting.
I do all of those too.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm paying for plenty.
I'm also.
Are you watching Star Trek?
I am. It's really good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
I subscribe to all musical services, Netflix, Hulu, anything that I watch. I don't get anything for free.
Oh, I'm a crazy person. I don't subscribe to any of the music services. I buy songs.
Oh, that's fucking amazing. That is amazing. You buy my fucking band's T-shirts and shit, and you live across the street.
They're in our garage.
Got a whole
They're
garage
literally like
well,
in the.
Jared's like, you're in the family. You can have anything you want. I'm like, I like supporting the band.
I do appreciate it. David Dooley said some kind things to me yesterday about that. He had bought a ticket to the show, and he was hanging out with me all day, and he goes, I got to go get my wristband. I'm like, dude, I would have put you on the guest list. I didn't have anybody on the guest list today. And he goes, well, I'm in the software business, the computer, and I just feel like, things that someone creates, in their head should fucking be supported. And I'm not ever going to ask you for that. So I told him to go buy me some beer. And that motherfucker laughed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jaret. This has been a podcast called Jaret Goes to the Movies. I want to thank Dave Murray and Jared Spears for being on 5 Questions today. I want to thank you guys for listening to this. I want to thank David Dooley for making me the happiest person in the world. And guys, thanks for listening to the show. We'll see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.
But most of all, we'll see you down the road.